You're listening to the Mid-20s Crisis with me, Mark Shadbolt.
And me, Ben Pouncer.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey guys.
Don't put
Nice to
this on
see
YouTube. YouTube. Right, so we're recording this the same day as we recorded last week's podcast.
Yeah,
aren't we?
we're a fraud. I'm sorry about being a fraud, but Mark is so running at the moment that we need every moment of every day for him to be able to do some running.
Yeah.
He lacks motivation, and therefore he needs loads of fail-safe days.
Lack motivation.
How do you do? Throughout your life. This is going to be a really combative podcast. To make it feel different from the other one, I'm really going to change my attitude. No, don't be leaving. He's left.
I was gonna try and kick you, but you weren't looking.
I thought you were doing smash that like button.
Oh
from
no,
now.
it wasn't. Sorry.
Are you doing it now? He's doing poo in the bin. It's weird. It's a weird bit of content. Smash that like button!
Yeah, smash it. I think it's the.
He's really going for his gusset now. Oh, he's taking his trousers off. It's turned into a very different podcast. That poor man that was looking to do some vacuum cleaning is going to get the shock of his life.
What if he comes back with a vacuum cleaner?
Maybe he's fine. He doesn't mind. He doesn't mind not vacuuming. It's one of his favourite things at work.
Yeah. Do you have the authority to tell him? I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah. No, I don't.
Right. Let's save this for the podcast.
If there's any animate people in any of these rooms, they're just like, well, I'm not going to do it then.
Right then, so you're going to witness us starting our... Oh no, do you have to say the last one
just
first?
vamp. You got to vamp, baby.
I can vamp on YouTube.
Without any gaps.
Dear
Don't
YouTube.
go that close.
Well, I like being close to YouTube. Dear YouTube, it's nice being with you again. On this channel, you might not know that there are thousands of deleted videos. Oh, do you know what I'm going to do actually? YouTube, Mark Shadbolt Jam Jar.
I watched it the other day on the bus.
It's good, isn't it?
It's really good actually.
Yeah, I spend about...
You feel really triumphant when you... I won't give it away.
It's me trying to open a jam jar for about a minute, I think.
Yeah.
And I do eventually get it. Why on earth it occurred to me to film that process, I have no idea.
It's brilliant. It's got a whole story arc to it as well.
It does. It's all about the jam jar.
You could make a feature film. Maybe we will. We could
About opening a jam jar?
Yeah, we could recut it
We can
as a tribute to your previous endeavours.
Right then, let's start talking about jam on the podcast. Oh!
Sorry, I've interrupted you. We can just cut it from here. Welcome to YouTube and the podcast.
Let's say welcome to YouTube, the podcast.
Ah, fine. Right, we're starting again.
No!
Yeah.
Well, but YouTube's seen our failure. Welcome to the podcast. This is episode something...
38.
38 of the Mark and Ben's Mid-20s Crisis. This week we're talking about Europe.
God, that's well produced. Well done, us. Don't go on YouTube because you'll see the 2 minutes 50 of nonsense that it took to get here.
Yeah. If you want to see behind the scenes stuff, YouTube's where you need to be.
Yeah.
The Mark and Ben. All of our socials and all that. We're always The Mark and Ben on everything. Just spell it out. Spell it
Or
out.
the Mid-20s Crisis. So it's pretty easy.
Well, with the
With
Mid-20s
two
Crisis
things.
only on SoundCloud. So
And
we
if you're
don't...
on Sound, maybe you're already catered for. If you're listening to this on SoundCloud, you already got the podcast in the bag.
I reckon just say
So
we're
don't
The
worry.
Mark and Ben.
The Mark and Ben.
Maybe we could change our name on
Oh,
SoundCloud.
God.
Oh, anyway, let's talk about jam.
What?
What's your favourite jam?
Raspberry.
What? It's strawberry, you idiot! Are you serious?
Yeah, raspberry definitely. The only concession I'll make with raspberry is that it does have 1 nanometer seed that can slip between your
Oh, they
teeth.
get in your teeth for an hour.
And then you're like, oh, this is forever.
It becomes your life.
This
doesn't
is
it?
forever. I'm going to have this seed in my teeth.
Yeah.
And whatever you do, there's no escaping it. I
Yeah.
do make that concession about raspberry. Otherwise, best jam there is.
You're off your rocker.
Let me up the ante here.
Grape
'cause-
jelly is rubbish.
Yeah, definitely. No one's eating grape jelly. That's not even jam. We're not
Americans.
even allowed to call it jam because it's not a jam.
Get screwed to our American contingent.
Definitely. And there's quite a few of them, you know.
Are there?
From a particular place, which I could shout out, but I can't remember.
Wisconsin,
Yeah, sure.
Tallahassee,
No, this is like a
New
weird
Orleans.
game show that you're
Sorry.
playing. Yeah, raspberry jam without a shadow of a doubt. Baby.
Hey, I'm from Texas.
No,
hey, you wanna
please
fight
don't do
about-
this.
Okay,
It's so weird.
Oh,
It's
is it?
nothing.
Sorry, I thought people...
You're always doing nothing. That's the problem with you.
I'm not nothing. I feel like it's
You're
something.
nothing but a bit of damp bread.
You're called Gravel on my Facebook.
Gravel.
That's your, I've
How can you
nicknamed
call me something? What? So you look
can
at my
nickname-
profile.
No, you can nickname people on Facebook when they message you. It says Gravel has messaged you. Did you know that?
You can't have just done that without me.
Yeah, I did.
It's weird.
Well, it's because when you started calling your mum cardboard,
Yeah.
that's what gave me the idea. Do you want to tell the nice people?
It's nothing. It's a short story. Me and my sister were moving something in the garage for her, and then we were saying your mum jokes to each other. Obviously, sharing a mother made the jokes doubly funny.
Yeah, very ironic.
And then one of them was your mum's cardboard, and then my mum came in and said, "Will you two get on with whatever job we were supposed to be doing in the garage?" At which point we both said, "Shut up, mum, you're just cardboard." And then we referred to her as cardboard for the whole day.
She wouldn't have liked that, would she?
She hated it.
Yeah, I think especially because you're outside of the joke.
Didn't understand what we were on about.
Shut up, cardboard.
You're nothing but cardboard.
That is one of the best jokes that came from our old YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Was when your mum brought us tea and said, "Here you go," and you went, "Shut up, mum."
No, she says, I said, "Thank you, mum." And she reacts weirdly, and then I go, "Thank you, mum."
And she goes, "What, do I have to say thank you to you saying thank you to me?" Yes. God.
It's bad. It's a bad way that I treated my mum.
Yeah,
Me and my
sure.
mum are really good friends. Let's just be clear about that.
Yeah, me.
What, you're friends with my mum?
Yes.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. Welcome to the family.
I'm friends with everyone in your family except for one of them. And I'll leave that as a mystery.
Make of that what you will. That's one of my favourite new expressions that I said.
I will
about
make
4
of that
times.
what I will.
Oh, will you make of that what you will?
Yes, I will.
Hmm.
Make of that what I will.
Will
That
you?
was in Bruce Almighty. Let's definitely not just keep doing that because that is too weird for a podcast just to go, I will make of that what I will, and then... who's better, Will and Kate or Megs and Harry?
I know very little about either, but judging by the episode of Suits that I saw Megs in, I thought she was superb. Although I do get her confused with that girl who punches Joey in Friends.
I imagine probably a lot of people know who that is. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember who it is, but she's got the same sort of smiley face.
Like a bit sort of...
Yeah, exactly that YouTube content.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
worse.
I've done it.
Worse. In fact, don't go to YouTube now because you'll have to see whatever
that
on earth that was.
That wasn't a nice face, was it? Oh yeah. Well, I thought I might have a bit more.
Have you got your own preferences? Also, I can't remember the difference between Will and Harry. Are they Harry? Harry. Are you watching The Crown? Crown's good.
No. Will's
Endorsement?
bald and Harry's ginger.
Yes.
That's how you
Yes. Yeah. Well, The Crown on Netflix.
Oh,
Send me
Christ.
£10 Netflix.
remember. Just 10.
Yeah, I'm very cheap. That's an hour's work.
That's what it is. You're a very lesser known influencer.
Exactly. Yeah. So Netflix's Crown, really good. Really enjoying it. But Kate's and Will's haven't got a mention yet. I'm presuming. It's
Is
gonna
it
be
modern
like,
day?
No way.
Oh.
Soup's olden days.
So why would they get?
I'm
mentioned?
hanging in there. Presumably, I'll get there
You think
eventually.
the series is going to last 100 years?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm going to get there in the end.
I suppose in real time.
Yeah, it will. I'm certain.
Well, you shouldn't be certain about that. I don't think, Ben.
And yet I am.
Oh, you blathered
wrong?
on about that, and I had a really interesting point.
Did you? That's one of my worst traits at work.
What, blathering on and making
Yeah.
people forget their points?
Yeah. This is my work. Recently, I've been fired from my job. I reckon that'll happen.
You haven't been fired.
That could have been.
Well,
You let me get fired if I want.
right, if you want.
Okay, I will.
Well, I mean, yeah.
sorry about ruining your
someone asked
special
me
point.
recently, have you been offered a bonus at work? I was like, bonus?
That'll be the
The
day.
only thing I've been offered is threats to my position.
That's
So,
good though.
Yeah.
I got a bonus.
Did you?
Yeah.
Great.
Meager it was.
Meager bonus?
Yeah.
It's better than threats.
That's true.
I mean, threats is at least
Opposite.
something. At least they paid attention.
It's true. You exist.
Yeah.
Well done.
I got some,
Bloody good try, I reckon.
It means I really can't shout out this podcast too much in my office though, because
Yeah, I know. I mean,
I incriminate
I
myself.
put it on our Slack channel though. I don't care, man. No one gets this far in anyway.
No.
Wait, this is only like 6 minutes. Someone could accidentally listen to this much.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Let's bore them to death. Oh no, we can't.
It's already happened. Deal's done. Oh well.
We should have included that.
Welcome to the
horrible-
podcast. Mark and I have just got new jobs. They're paid much less than before, and we're not allowed to moan about them in our contracts.
Imagine if you were legally obliged to be nice about your job at all times. I think actually I sort of am. Not
Yeah.
legally, but contractually.
Yeah, definitely. You can't slag your own. You definitely can't.
Slag
People get sacked for putting things on Facebook like, "My manager's such a dickhole."
And then the manager replies, going, "Well, I won't be seeing you Monday morning."
Then you see it on some boring compilation
Yeah.
video of
people getting
People
pwned.
getting boned. I was thinking people getting boned.
Ben's gone a bit over the
I've
keel.
decided to have gone straight into madness now.
Because
This is one of the weird things about double backing them as well, because I will get overexcited and then find myself saying a million words a minute and making almost no sense.
Well, go on a big tangent then. Because
No,
we need some
tangential
content.
double backing, it's confusing. Double backing reminds me of stickleback. Do you remember having played that fishing game where you get a magnet and you like dip it in around the little cardboard thing and you get little boots and things? I was annoyed about getting a stickleback as much as I was a boot because I think it was worth about 10 points. And I thought I'd rather just have a bit of nonsense sticklebacking and rather than getting a gosh darn stickleback.
I agree, but also to quickly brush over that because that might be a bit difficult for people to listen to.
It actually took very little time to say all that nonsense because I said it very
You
quickly.
said it very quickly. Yeah.
Too quickly?
Maybe. It depends what people are doing right now as they're listening to this. Hey, let us know what you're up to as you listen to this.
Take a moment and think about what you're doing. Are you enjoying what you're doing?
Have a nice day.
I think you could be doing that a little bit better.
No, don't.
Yeah, I'm undermining it. I'm scratching away at them.
Why are you attacking our listeners? That's my job.
Okay, sorry, I got confused about our role.
Yeah.
Oh no,
What?
I've become really loose, like you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, Luce, you've become. What was it? Insubordinate in a rakish or appealing way.
Yeah, that's good. Also, rakish. All I can think about is garden rakes.
I can think.
The problem
about
with
the rake.
words is that sometimes they don't completely work with everything that I'm thinking about straight away. So garden rakes and grass rakes, that really gets into my brain, and then I find myself thinking, well, what if I can't think about anything else but garden rakes and grass rakes and leaves rakes? And remember those rakes that had like wire bits that you?
Just so everybody knows, I am totally unclear on what Ben is saying as well.
I'll rein it back in. It doesn't matter. I'm finding myself in a confused manner. Maybe it's like I've had a load of amphetamines. Or
Yeah,
something
you
like
do
that.
seem like you've taken drugs.
I'm fine. I'm just having a nice time.
Ben needs 5 minutes. I think. No, one thing I was thinking, it actually rolls over from our last podcast,
Right.
and it was about some advice that Hitler gave.
Right. And you see, I think there is a certain comfort with my absurdity and speed at which I talk. Because
Think
now
I've gone wrong.
you've really relaxed into a little an analogy about Hitler and his advice around relaxing.
Well, he's got some good advice.
About what?
It's-
What specifically had Hitler
Maybe
got to say?
It might not. It might have been Goebbels.
Okay.
It was the bigger the
Still
lie,
not great.
the more people will believe it. It's good advice.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Don't you think he gave away his position about everything he was talking about was lies by saying
By
that?
saying that. Maybe he must have decided to not tell any more lies after that, or particularly any more big lies, or not rely on that particular philosophy. Maybe he was done with that bit of philosophy, so he felt like he could pass it on.
But I think his lie was, the Jews are the problem, not to go too dark. Oh, we should be getting a Jew on soon to this podcast.
I don't know how that segues.
Well, it says Jews. It reminded me because there's a girl I know at work.
I'm really excited to have a
Jess,
guess. You have to make sure that I'm in a normal frame of mind, though.
Okay, we'll be all right. Don't
Will I
worry.
be okay? I feel like I'm not very.
She said just let me clear that up, right? So she said she wants the whole episode to be called "Interview a Jew," right?
Because it
she was
slightly rhymes.
because she is actually Jewish.
Interview a Jew.
So
It's done.
she's
Done,
proud
done,
of it.
done, 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 done.
Yeah. So she wants to be on, and she'll go off on about stuff.
Is she really? Is she good?
She's modern. She's witty.
Is she?
She's got all sorts of diseases as well. She'll be great
Excellent.
value.
Cystic
Yeah.
fibrosis.
So it might be actually
Cystic fibrosis.
lupus.
Lupus.
Lupus?
That's a.
It's horrible.
Immunosuppressive.
I think she's got lupus.
That's.
She's all right.
Okay, that's exciting.
She's
I'm
just
looking
got
forward to a guest. I think we work well with a guest.
Yeah, we do. But that'll be
We'll
ages
have to,
actually. 'Cause it'll be next time it's here. That'll be a long time. That is very boring for the listener, but she'll be on
No, it's trailed content.
trail content
Exciting.
in about 4 weeks. You'll hear
No,
an
'cause
episode called
this is
Jew.
the next one anyway, so it's not that long. Maybe we could really arrange
No,
it.
but this is it'll be 2 weeks. No, it's about 3 weeks because we're gonna. Doesn't matter.
Okay,
Stop getting me into a.
I really got you into the logistics of it.
So we'll have one called just Jew.
No, it's.
I think it's
Interview with
funny.
a Jew.
Just
I like
Jew. Interview a Jew. I don't know. I think Jew is a funny word.
Not just Jew.
But the reason I find it funny is because on David Baddiel, who is also Jewish,
Mm-hmm.
on his Twitter bio, it just says Jew. I find that funny.
Yeah.
Because it's different, isn't it, to say a Jew than a Christian? They have a different feeling.
Yeah. Well, lots of really great comedians are Jews, so I feel like they're naturally very funny.
But
Or
no,
inspired by-
but you know what I mean? Like it's different to say a Christian or
Yeah.
a Jew.
You
It
say
feels
a Jew.
yeah, or a Muslim feels normal, or a Christian, a Hindu, but a Jew feels like a different thing. I feel like you should say a Jewish person.
Yeah.
Jew sort of feels a
Jew.
bit
It's
derogatory.
too short.
Yeah,
I
that
think
might be
'cause
what
it
it
probably
is.
is spat a bit as well.
Jew. Yeah.
But it's still okay to say because it's what
That
normal,
is what they are,
It's
yeah.
what, yeah. Because it's
What would that
you
make
need
you?
a nice long
What's your religion? Boring on about things.
yeah manic
Rabbiting on.
manic rabbiter. Yeah, terrifying ability to rabbit about nothing and then get lost in himself and then find himself in a horrible pit of depression.
Do you reckon we've probably been a bit too erroneous and we should get to our Europe?
Yeah, lovely. Let's get on topic.
Yeah?
Yeah, particularly because it might save our lives. At
All
this
right then.
point.
Well,
Well, let's have a commercial break for commercials. We probably have a number of sponsors that are all blocking up the phone line for each other, and
yeah.
I've forgotten my own telephone number, so I'm yet to pick up the phone. So
Don't forget to sponsor us.
yeah, at the Mark and Ben
Yep.
on Twitter, send us £10
Yeah.
in Bitcoin.
And when we
but
come...
not now because it's just crashed, badly crashed.
Has it?
Oh yeah, but that's time specific. Maybe it'll be on the up now.
Who knows?
And who's going to take that advice is a real thing.
Yeah, who cares? Okay, so after the break we'll be talking to you about Europe. See you on the other side.
Doodle-doo. Don't you?
Don't judge us.
Just there with you.
I'm sorry. That, I mean,
You
that-
know, but
that went a bit wild.
do you think that's too wild?
That was weird. I think that might be incomprehensible gibberish for the majority of people.
Well, that's all right though. We can have a wobbly one, can't we?
Yeah, it's fine.
It's not too hard. Oh well. Are you ready for this again?
Yeah, let's hit the structure, baby.
Let's hit that structure, baby. Back on that podcast with the Mark and Ben. Mid-20s crisis.
Yep. Europe. I love Europe. Me, I'm very European.
Right.
Discuss.
Let's not just blow through those notes because it looks like there's about 3 things.
There's
there.
not 3 things.
We're
there's-
really gonna throb this out.
They're all discussion points. Don't worry about it.
Throb it out.
I love Europe. Me, I'm well European. How
I love-
European do you feel?
Yeah, the problem is we agree too well on this. I feel very European. I feel super European because I reckon it's just nice to be a part of a big group. It's nice to have loads of mates, isn't it, really? Of
So why
all
don't
the,
you feel
of
off
all
the
the
world?
things. Well, because they're all a bit foreign.
Because we both lived in Australia, and that really gives you a sense of what isn't Europe.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, in Melbourne it's really fucking European. So it's not. You just have an olive.
Yeah, and a croissant.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's not European. There's way too many big roads and cars.
It's all well planned.
Yeah.
Well, what's wrong?
Or not as good
What's wrong?
public transport networks.
What, in Australia?
Yeah.
I reckon the public transport wasn't too bad. Stop ragging on them, man.
All right.
They're trying their hardest.
Shout-
Trams. I like trams. They're
Shout out
nice.
to Australia anyway. I
Yeah,
love,
big.
love you guys.
But you're right, because Australia is a good example because it's really familiar, but the bit that is missing is the
The European.
European quirk
Yeah.
of like nice history.
Stuff
Not
being
nice history,
close.
but like lots of history,
Yeah.
steeped in
Any
sort of-
history.
lot of, like, nice sort of ancient cultures,
Mm.
and not.
They've got ancient cultures.
They haven't. They're about 10 years old. Poor little chickens.
You imperialist.
Yeah, I am.
Aboriginals.
They're not Australians. They're like
Take that back.
they're the
quickly.
real guys. They're the real guys, and Australians are just like renting a caravan from
Right.
the Aboriginals.
Okay. You've clawed that back. Yeah, because I mean, as much as Australia's got a little part of home in me. What?
I never started recording on the podcast.
Oh, for flip's sake!
Lucky I found it.
Yeah. Welcome back to the mid-20s crisis, but is it really?
Yeah.
Well, that's going very slowly.
Well, it's just super in.
Okay. Well, what Ben's done again, as YouTube will know.
Yeah, but it wasn't a YouTube crisis this time. YouTube is sweet as a chestnut.
Well, we're going to have to repeat that, or we're just going to move on.
No, let's move on. Whatever it
Right.
was.
Well, you've missed some content, so this time you really have to go and see YouTube if you want to see the actual intro to this second half. We spoke for about 5 minutes about Australia and what it is to be, and the part of us that feels European.
Yep. I'm sorry about spoiling that content right in the middle of
It's fine, but if you want to see
something.
it, just go to youtube.com/The Mark and Ben.
It's dirty teasers, teasing our listeners to go and listen to something interesting.
And you guys on YouTube,
You lucky lot.
you'll
You
be
got the full whack of us.
yeah.
Very good, very good.
Yeah. Right. Do you remember European supermarkets and how they smell weird?
Yeah, I do. But
All.
in a really nice way. So
Yeah.
my most local shop near where I live is really European, but it doesn't have the smell.
Do you remember when I got obsessed with that place and I kept picking up weird things?
Yeah,
from there?
it's really great to do a really weird thing. We're going to do a podcast which is called Everything from Under the Stairs, because that's what we call it. And our challenge will be we'll buy each other's ingredients and we'll do a cooking podcast. This is going to be off the chain. So we'll buy ourselves 6 ingredients each from the
European.
Weird Under the Stairs.
6 European ingredients.
Yeah, because we're on topic. And because I just have like tins of yogurt. Just out of nowhere, just like obviously European.
A tin of yogurt.
Tin of yogurt, yeah. Ring pull tin,
Yogurt
tin of yogurt.
and tuna.
No.
Yogurt and tuna doesn't sound like a nice mix, does it?
Horrible mix.
Yeah. So what? So the what? But your little down under the stairs doesn't
It's got
smell.
all the criteria bar the smell, because the smell, I think, it must be manufactured in Europe.
Yeah.
Some sort of supermarket smell.
Yeah. It's nice though, isn't it? It's quite
Yeah.
comforting.
Yeah, it's really nice. Lovely smell.
People like. I was recently in Europe, the French bit of Europe,
Yeah, yes.
and I was with some people who were like, "Oh, it smells of cheese." I was like, "It doesn't smell like cheese. It smells like holiday supermarket, you
Holiday
idiot."
supermarket.
Whereas
The person saying it smelled of cheese, were they French?
No,
Or
they were Anglais.
a fellow foreign.
Yeah, I was very European then.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, I speak two languages, man. Like, hey, want to talk
Doing
to that
American
guy?
accent, for whatever reason.
No, I wasn't doing American accent. I was doing like trans-European accent.
yeah.
Hey, I'm from Europe. You can't tell where I'm from.
Right.
Hey, what are you doing? Get back in the
That
car.
Once again, gone sort of weird New York.
It's not. Get back in the car.
I don't know what that is. You sound like you're having a sort of.
That's a European accent.
Did you see about a man that sneezed and broke his throat? Right, he held in a sneeze and it ripped the back of his throat out. That is terrifying.
Oh.
I'm never not sneezing ever again.
I can imagine that, to be honest.
Yeah, terrifying. Ripped through his vocal cords. Why? Why? What are you nodding at me for?
No.
You're the listeners now, aren't you? Telling me to be on topic.
No, I was.
It's a European sneeze. I'm a European guy.
I was wondering if you were impressed that I didn't put my
you're a
my
good lad.
beer bottle on the table. I
Yeah,
said
I'm
that.
not some sort of sound Stalinist.
No, you're not. You've gone way beyond caring, haven't you? Just on one. Yeah, so I felt very European, and there's other times I felt like that. I'm like, hey, when I went to Barcelona once, I was like, hey, do you want me to speak English? Do you want me to speak French? Can't
Oh,
do your
very good.
language, but you've got
Oh.
some options, baby.
Yeah.
Right, and then often they said French actually because
Oh.
I guess it's closer.
Neighbours.
Yeah, especially in Catalonia, we've got a bit more of a connection. And and so they choose French, so I felt really good about that. But
That's
then,
good.
But then there was one time I realised I was on my own,
Mm.
and I had to speak Spanish because everyone was speaking Spanish in there, and I thought, I can't speak Spanish.
Yeah, that
Right,
would
but
be a
that part
trouble.
of my brain, which is used to being in another country, because I'm mostly in France, if I'm not in England, is going, well, I'll just speak to them in that
Here
language.
it comes.
So I said like a sandwich, but I accidentally ordered myself like a bacon baguette. And because I don't eat meat, I sort of had to pick, I'll just have the bit of bread. Because I was too embarrassed to be like,
How did you get
"Can I
yourself in
order
that
in English
position
this
then?"
time?" But
How did you get yourself? Because you only knew.
well, because I'd been with Margot the whole time, who spoke
Right.
Spanish, so I
Yeah.
wasn't really realising that I was sort of relying on her to explain things
Right.
to people. And
You
like,
got yourself into a position of confidence.
and obviously I wasn't in the habit of like speaking English to them.
Mm.
So I sort of went, oh, right. I mean, I can do very simple Spanish,
Right.
but I obviously said something wrong and ordered a bacon baguette.
Suddenly a bacon baguette.
It wasn't bacon
arrived.
baguette, but it was all full of meat and stuff, and I just had to,
Charcuterie.
had to pick out my little.
Don't worry, just have a butter.
Yeah, that's basically. I was just eating buttered bread.
That's all right though. I love buttered bread. It's nice.
Well, ask
That's
for
the
that
best
in
thing about Europe.
Buttero breado.
Butter breado, baby boy.
Bread.
Yeah, I love bread. I love boulangerie. I love the idea that these great things
too.
are just in shops on their own, so you don't have to mess around clawing through the nonsense
They've
of
got
Waitrose.
much more of that high street
Just
shopping
like
vibe.
bang straight
Yeah.
into a shop that's very specifically for all that bread goodness.
Yeah, because I really love France, particularly.
Fromagerie, same.
Fromagerie. I guess some people might like a charcuterie
Yeah, I do like that.
because it's got all the nice little bits of meat and stuff.
Yeah.
One of the weird things about
way better.
Italian shops, though, they've always got like a load of weird stuff that doesn't seem like it belongs together.
Like
Well, just like a load of cheese and coffee or something, and you know a
and
weird
stuff
little cake.
wrapped in what they call
Yeah.
vine leaves.
Yeah, just like a load
Don't want
of
that.
a load
Weird.
of weird stuff. Like Italian shops confuse me.
I do know what you mean.
Did I tell this podcast that I recently went to Naples and had a pizza every day for 4 days in a row?
I think you did.
One of which was deep fried.
I think you did, but you've given the little tell again, just in case. That's okay. We're supposed to be talking about you being European, I suppose.
That
Naples
is in Europe.
Oh, I'm back and I'm Europe.
One of the things, the event.
Oh yes,
You know the event. I don't wish to name it,
I don't.
but we're going
Yes.
away from somewhere.
Yeah, we've become
But just in case. we-
alienated away from
our brothers.
our brothers in Europe.
Yeah. So.
I've read a lot of the Daily Mail as prep for this, so I have a lot of really well-informed opinions.
But we're not allowed to use the BX word.
Of
okay?
course not. Of course not.
So since we've done that, I've come to the conclusion that I think Europe should have had a better flag. People might have got a bit
That was the
behind it a bit
problem.
more.
That was the
It's a
problem.
rubbish
Didn't
flag.
have
It's
a
on
good
its
enough
flag. You've got to at least be as good as America's flag, because what America's doing is essentially holding 50 states together,
I
which
love
is
that.
Europe is about
Yeah.
50 states.
Yep.
So they've got a bloody good flag.
Absolutely.
And I think that's why America stays together and Europe isn't.
Great
staying
flag.
together. Even the bit that's Hawaii and Alaska,
Straight
which
in
is
the
like
flag.
which is like the UK part.
Yeah, amazing. That's when we got old England gets told off for being big imperial colonial bugger.
Yeah.
Their flag obviously wasn't up to scratch.
What? No, it was up to scratch.
No,
the
it was a
British
good flag. Yeah, but obviously not enough
that's
to
the problem.
maintain
Our flag
the
is way
empire.
better than the European flag.
Yeah. So obviously flag trumps flag.
Whereas like crappy old Netherlands, oh, it's just
Oh.
blue, white, and red. It's uninspiring. Although I think actually Russia nicks Netherlands flag.
Oh.
I'm reading a book about all that at the moment, but
Cartology. Oh, that's maps.
vexillology.
Vexillology. Very good.
As everybody knows.
I'm sure that's a well-known
No, but don't
theme.
you think? But because there's not many flags in Europe that really like, oh, that is a good flag.
Yeah. Yep. I'm struggling to think. I like the Irish flag. It's a nice little flag.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What are you saying?
Well, no, do you know what it stands for? The Irish flag.
I don't. Oh, yes, I do.
The green stands for the Catholics.
Yep.
The orange stands for the Protestants, and the white is the hopeful peace between them.
That's lovely. What a lovely thing.
No blacks on there though.
Oh dear.
No Muslims allowed. Just
Yeah.
just as a criticism. That's not
Yeah.
me saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying that's a criticism of their flag. They've not put any. Although Islam is symbolified by green, which is a word.
Okay.
So-
Symbolified by green. Yeah. And maybe it's just like two groups of
Symbolised.
people and getting together.
Just-
Maybe make it more abstract.
Yeah.
More abstract than they've maybe put forward. It's lovely. I love that even more now.
Yeah.
I was pro it just because I like green and orange.
I don't like the colours together.
Come on.
Green and orange
It's
together.
like a nice lollipop or something. Like a nice
what
lollipop.
flavour? What you put orange and lime together?
Yeah. Lime in the coconut.
Keep singing the whole thing.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to. I feel weird about this whole thing.
Uh-oh.
Been all over the place.
I've
Yes?
only got one more point left and it's rubbish.
It's fine, don't worry. And we'll flesh it out, baby. Flesh it.
Yeah, this is all part of the flesh. Ben saying that he's going to flesh it out. Did you ever watch Eurotrash?
Yes. A huge part of my childhood, Eurotrash. Channel 5, I believe.
Yeah, one of the darker channels.
And maybe
Back when there was
gone past 10:30, that's for sure.
I think it was on
Past-
Friday night.
Past my bedtime.
That's
Maybe
what I
as a
associate with.
sleepover.
Yeah,
And finding yourself watching a bit of Eurotrash with the boys.
yeah,
Lads.
yeah. But like, there was always like weird people with weird accents, and I never really understood it.
No, it
What
was
it all
sort of
meant.
dystopian. Man.
Yeah,
I feel like, and it was sort of really grainy footage.
yeah, it was, and very orange.
Yeah. Overexposed,
Yeah.
sort of peculiar colorway.
Mm.
Yeah, I remember it was a weird program, but sort of that was our
There was a bit of
our
boobs
first,
in it.
It was a bit of boobs.
Yeah,
Our first look into Europe. It was
Yeah.
a bit of boobs, slightly orange.
Europe is quite boobs.
Yeah, it's
Once when I was
nice
in
and boobs.
once when I was in Nice,
Uh-huh.
I saw an old lady who was very boobs
Right.
on the
Good
beach.
for her.
She was on the beach and she was just boobs on the beach.
Yeah.
Quite old.
Yeah.
She wasn't boobs in a particularly exciting way.
No, sure.
She was boobs.
She's very much just boobs on the beach.
Yeah.
Not boobs on the beach.
But she was standing there, and I think Robbie and I were like,
Yeah.
she's boobs. Yeah, we were just laughing at her because she
Yeah.
looked kind of mad. She was sort of standing with her hands on her hips
Yeah.
on a beach,
Yeah.
just in the sun. It's like, lie down. But she didn't. Anyway, someone nicked her little bag
Oh no.
and ran away.
Not
Like,
with no boobs on the beach.
yeah, so she couldn't chase after him because,
Boobs
well,
on the beach.
actually, I know what happened was someone nicked her bag.
Right.
I went up to her and was like, "Someone's just nicked your bag, mate." And but even though she had boobs, and she was like, "Oh!" and then she started having a big flap. But even though she was totally topless.
Yeah.
Maybe
Oh,
I've said boobs
gosh.
too many times. I've just
It's fine, it's
realised.
fine, it's fine. We've got away with it. It's all fine. Oh, what a poor lady. What a vulnerable lady to steal the bag
Yeah,
of.
and then I had to do
Did
a
you watch
police
The
report.
Naughty Man? You're a victim, a witness to a lovely crime.
Not a lovely
Boobs
crime.
boobs on the beach crime.
Yeah, I was
That's quite exciting, though. How old do you reckon you were? Exactly.
13.
13. And a witness to a crime. Beginning of your crime-fighting career.
Which has
I
gone on,
suppose.
come on very strong
Yeah,
since then.
I like that, though. But sad for that boobs on the beach lady.
Yeah. Can we just stop saying boobs now?
Yeah,
I think,
yeah, sure.
I've realised
A
that's too-
moratorium on all boob mentions.
Yeah. But I mean, but Europe is known as being a bit more naked. Let's just say
Yeah.
naked.
Okay.
Like, you know, and their nakedity is often emphasised by. I feel like they are hotter countries mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, they're on the beach and they want to get their tans up.
Yep.
And especially, but then there's also Finnish people that's not from a hotter country, but they're obsessed with saunas, aren't they?
Yeah, they like
So
that.
they're always naked.
Yep.
So why aren't we naked?
We're all prudish, like nice high collars.
Yeah.
That's why we're exiting Europe, because everyone
Was too naked.
Oh, I don't feel comfortable.
In the EU,
I
everyone
need to
was
put
in a
another
bikini.
jumper on. I feel weird. I feel weird about the whole thing. It's not very professional, is it? Putting another pair of trousers on over your skirt, over your trousers.
Although we
under your
probably have that
dungarees.
in common with the Irish, do we? They're not
No,
very
they're pretty naked. Yeah, I reckon so. They're always having a good time. I feel very jealous of Irish people because they're always they're having a really good time.
Not when
And
they're
I'm
being
sitting
oppressed
there
by the
all-
English.
No, that's true. That's where
Or
we had
shot.
the real upper hand. The oppression was where we were winning it. That's why we did all the nasty stuff.
Stop having a good time.
Because we were all there, all sad in our castle. Oh, I can't believe anyone's having a good time. I'm having such a bad time. That's
Yeah.
what, the whole thing is based on envy. We're just all peeved that we're not able to have a good time. We're the
Yeah.
kid at the party
That's true.
stabbing a little
Cake.
lollipop into the paddling pool
Yeah.
and being like, if I can't go in the paddling pool, no one can go in the paddling pool. That's who we are as
That's
British
true.
people.
Because people I think a bit jealous, especially of that Spanish motorbike thing of like, no, that's more French. But like the thing of like, I don't care, man.
yeah, just go and get on the bag, and then,
Yeah.
and then you go off and
They
have
just
another-
drive over a pavement.
Yeah, whereas we're
let their
putting,
dog crap in the street.
we're putting like full body armour on,
Yeah.
special goggles, having like 3 exams in motorbikes before we get anywhere near it,
Yeah.
checking the oil, checking the brake temperature,
Yeah, they've
milking off the exhaust.
already got where they wanted to
Yeah,
be.
and
Had a
we're-
cigarette.
We're all there, making our mum sign the permission slip, and it's all we're wearing 15 little high-waisted trousers, making sure no one can see our fat little tummies.
So-
That's the whole problem.
We're too fat over
We're
here.
self-oppressive, and therefore we're like, oh, I'm gonna give you a bloody good oppression.
What do you think? Why do you think so many people from outside of Europe? I'm thinking mostly Australians,
Yep.
who we spoke about earlier in the YouTube and not earlier on the podcast.
Yep.
Why they very often fetishize might be too strong, but idolize Europe as in like some golden utopia of where people
Well, yeah.
are happiest.
I don't know.
Why? Why do you reckon that is? What is it essential about?
They must
Europe?
see past our little oppressive streak and see all this lovely culture. But I don't think it's us, is it? No one loves us.
Who?
People like
The British
outer,
or me and you.
both for the same reason.
No one loves us.
No, I mean, people fetishize the Europeans, the carefree European, but they don't like us, do they? They're like the beautiful French man that whisks you off your feet, having just read some improv poetry and
Yeah.
carefully
Wears a turtleneck.
yeah, and carefully identified a bouquet of wine.
Mm. Do you think they would equally embrace Bulgaria into that worldview of Europe is the place to be?
Probably not. They haven't established a good enough stereotype.
We've been to Europe. That's
Here comes the rest of the podcast.
No, we're going to do a whole other podcast about travelling, aren't we? Which we really need to plan for and get our notes for. don't we?
Yeah, we've got heaps of content.
Yeah.
And it would be a treacherous act just to on the wing it now.
But we have been to Sofia, haven't we? Capital of Bulgaria.
yeah, it's lovely. Really
Yeah.
enjoyed it. Met some lovely people, lovely Bulgarian girls.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
They showed us up a waterfall, didn't they? No
A mountain.
euphemism or anything else.
Yeah,
to
it
be
was really
taken
nice.
from that.
Yeah, don't read into that.
But don't read into
Don't
that.
in-
No,
don't-
that makes it seem like
Yeah,
you
I'm
should
just saying,
read into it.
Don't read into that. That's what I'm saying. That's my message.
Yeah, my message is also don't read into it.
Yeah,
but
so we're
don't read
we're
into the way Ben said
Yeah,
don't
I'm
read
saying
into
I'm
it.
saying that we shouldn't do this.
No, but that makes you seem guilty.
No, I'm saying let's finish it
They
there.
were just nice.
Let's finish it there
Do you remember-
before anyone goes to prison.
What, you mean finish the podcast?
No. We got
We can finish the podcast, to be honest.
What? It's too weird, isn't it? It's been too weird. Write in if you think it's been too weird, and I'll start taking some sort of personality suppressant drugs.
I think it might just be because we've done 2 in a row. But I think it's more energy. It's nice to have a bit of energy every now and then.
Maybe it's mad. Maybe it's mad to have energy. Well,
Yeah.
no, maybe it's fine.
Who cares? It'll be different every week.
Blimey week.
Every blimey week.
Yeah, it's nice to be different anyway. It's
Yeah.
nice to be different, and that's why
You never know what you're getting.
we do so well as a podcast. That's why we've got over 13 listeners.
We do have over 13
It's
listeners.
nice, isn't it? It's a nice amount.
Can I just apologise for that little weird giggle I
No,
did?
that's it. That's it. I'm going to raise the volume on it
Can
to
you
make
bleep
sure.
that out?
No. Thank you very much for joining us. That's the end of the podcast because it's going to be short because I've gone too peculiar.
Yeah, it's a bit peculiar, isn't it?
Lovely to see you all.
Yeah.
Thanks for
lovely.
having us, YouTube. There's over
Was it?
4 minutes of extra content on YouTube that you can go and watch.
You're gonna absolutely piss yourself.
It's really
laughing.
not worth tuning in for.
No, but you just get to see us like be a bit more relaxed.
It's
Not
so
that you don't
relaxed.
know us in person.
It's so relaxed. And yeah, don't worry about all the madness that went on.
Yeah, yeah. Remember to get on our socials. I know on the outro you hear us, but you hear me say what they all are. But actually, please do comment on our socials and
It'd be lovely to
subscribe
hear
to
from
them
you.
and follow them. You can
You
do
know, I've
all
had a
of them.
few little private messages from people and not getting the public comments, you know?
Yeah, we want public comments. Public comments. Don't message me about the podcast personally on WhatsApp or anything.
Don't try and have an intimate connection with me.
No.
Do it in the public
Well,
sphere.
no, just do it face to face if you're going to tell me. You
No,
like.
don't do it face to face. I get very skittish with public interaction.
Yeah. Okay. So
I
yeah.
might dart out into the road.
Yeah.
Right, I'm leaving.
I hope you don't. Okay. Well, Ben's going. I'm going to end the podcast then. I'll take you with me just while I go and press the little button, and you have a very sweet week. Okay.
Oh, YouTube caught that, you great oaf.
I'm sorry, YouTube. Right. Well, you have a sweet week too.
Oh, that's totally weird.